E for marketwizards.com and eminywizard.com. It's just after IB on the 5th of March 2019. Market is still holding some support and trying to bounce. We suggested be conservative with expectations, both sides. Use risk capital you can afford to lose, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here's a quickie just to talk about yesterday and put things into perspective for today. Currently, this 95, 96 area, very important, has resistance. And the 83s, 82s trying to hold. We've had a nice range trade. We've had a lower low, lower high pattern, but still fairly choppy like we thought. But yesterday, nobody expects this plunge. So I certainly didn't, as I mentioned. And you can't lie in this business. You can't lie to yourself, and you can't lie to the people you're trying to help. So, quick review. You can see this is a doji bar in here. This is your white bars. Takes them out, opens the door, keeps on coming back to 93s, 92s. Doji bar, come down again, keeps running, knocking out stops. And we had said at 95, make sure you're paid something in the 95, 96 area. Then the thing takes another leg down and plunges back here. And at the time, I said, remember, there's a gap, 74 and a quarter, maybe 72 to 74 is the next target. We bounce a little, and then so mark this high right here, because all these are black bars up in here. And then we come down, and it's lunchtime, and we're expecting a bounce at lunch. So this is the trade that kind of shows you that the low may be in. When we called 64 support, make sure you're paid coming in here. And that was a 50-point calculation. I said, okay, 68's gotta be paid. That's a 50-point trade. So, make sure you don't think twice about that. And then we get this rotation that comes back down from 75, just a marginal low. And then we make a higher high. And that's where whack-a-mole starts. And then we come back up and we take out this high. So all these traders that are holding are now thinking short, I got them nailed. But now they're starting to give back. And then in here, it is 82, 83 holes and bounces back up. And from here gets about a dime, right? So rotation-wise, these are things that we want to take a look at and learn from. And then note how this is like the third chart we've seen that shows us 83 might be a good idea to be paid by that. So you want to do this type of analysis too, along with that chart that I showed you where it represents the swing middle, and then obviously the order flow chart. So that's three different ways that say this is an important zone today. And as such, if you believe in that, 82 to 83, then you also have to say, well, I guess that makes 92 to 93 important. And I also guess it makes the 02s, 03s important. Because who knows? You could always get a swing the other way. And at that point, you're going to be saying, all right, that's about a 20-point swing up there. So over the years, this type of a system has served us well to understand that even in the bigger swings, to understand these type of rotations. And that's how we can day trade, as opposed to just saying, all right, I think the next target down there is 27.32. Anybody can do that. What do you do when you shrink the ring? How tight can you get the ring? Because you have to be willing to take the body blows if you're going to trade. What are you going to do when it gets down there at 32? Jump up and down. There are guys I see that make these calls, and some of them, there are a lot of newbies that get fascinated with their big ideas. But okay, I just gave you 50 points, told you that was the target. But in reality, you had to play overnight to get that. Not everybody does that. You can't say, I think we're going to hit 20, and then, after hours, you're not even doing anything Sunday night, and it's there and say, okay, I just gave you 50 points. You can't do that. Nobody can. I'm not going to claim that I gave you those points, said that's probably our target, because I know you didn't trade it. So what do you do with that information? Do we now use that as resistance, or do you use that as next target up? I thought at that time, equal odds to go back to the 08s or go up to the 28s. So, all right, let's use that as our resistance zone. Throw a couple points here and try short side. Guess what? If you had a trailer, never took it out, you made a fortune. You can't count on that trade. That comes out of the blue. Can't count on that. It's not a normal trade that we would expect. So now you want to be conservative. Anyways, that's not a rant. It's just facts. So pay attention to this type of analysis, because these traders obviously did very well, but now we've come all the way back down to that double bottom idea. So these traders are now in jeopardy of giving back all that they made. And that's the way markets swing. Much more subtle range type day. And as professionals, that's what you should hope for. Give me a good range day any day, and it's reliable. And the goal, take a couple of points here and there out of it. Forget about what you missed. Just look for the next setup that you like, time and price. Look at how choppy this is right here. So right now we've got a Slim Jim, really, and it's a little bit of a triangle, right? Lower highs, higher lows. Do not get chopped up. Best trade is already done for the short side, and that was the gap trade. Don't get chopped up. Exactly, the fortune tellers. You need the setup. You need stops. Exactly right, Zeke. And some of them even make fun of people that charge for their services. Like try going to a private school and see if they'll let you in. So you know how much you pay for your daughter, and I know how much my grandson they're paying for him. Education is powerful, but you have to use it, and you have to learn how to apply it. And I wish I had me 25 years ago as a teacher. It's taken a long time to learn these things. Just doesn't happen. You got to study, and you got to take the body blows and back to the drawing board and say, okay. And the market keeps evolving, so you have to. It's not an easy business. So education is expensive, but it opens the door, because once you find a system that you can apply and scale it to, then, like I said, your account size is the only limitation, as long as you are disciplined. We'll talk about that too.